Guys, I'm gonna do a Gorilla Tag story time. Alright, Gorilla Tag is a game filled with lots of people. It is a super fun game that can be funny, adventurous, but also creepy. So, I'm gonna tell you guys my most horrifying Gorilla Tag stories that happened to me personally. Number 1. Imagine you're in a chill public city lobby. You're getting around and buying some cosmetics. My first story. Alright, like I said, I'm basically just chilling in a random public city lobby. This happened like a couple months ago, maybe more. But then this guy with dark blue, like, just like this, and a top hat. If you come to think of it, pretty common duo. Blue and top hats, I don't know what it is, but people just seem to really enjoy that. To talk, socializing in Gorilla Tag or whatever. And the guy then does this extremely weird thing. He just says, wait, I can feel like people talking right outside my window. And he's like, could just be your neighbor, right? And he's like, no, my neighbor, no, my mom, my parents are out with my neighbors to go to like a restaurant thing. I forgot what they said. I was like, do you think you're gonna be okay? Because at this point, I am genuinely starting to get concerned. Like, not gonna lie, I'm getting concerned for this kid. And he's like, wait a second, let me look out my window. And he was like, oh, I see like people outside talking. It's like, oh, it could be normal. And he was just saying that. He says, well, I live in like, I guess the sort of first story, like they're like right outside my window at this point. It's probably gonna be fine. So then he says, okay, it doesn't look like they're leaving. And then it's like their talking is getting a lot louder, but they're at like the same place. I'm gonna go just hiding outside the window, and at this point I'm trying to I'm getting worried for him. It's like, okay, they're talking really loud, I gotta get off, guys. And like at that point I heard like a little bit of mumbling in the background. And so he's just said, I have to go, I'm probably gonna hide or something until my parents get back. But he just kind of went away, and that's literally all I know. Yeah, that's kind of scary, honestly, because like, if you come to think about it, what could have happened? Story 2. Now, this story wasn't like scary at all until several months after it happened, until I realized, wait. And you guys are gonna not believe me because this story is actually freaking crazy. Alright, a little bit lore. I'm gonna say alphabet domination. It was a thing, whatever. Part of the reason why my name is ABC. But I was gathering people into a certain lobby, and that this annoying person just wasn't listening or anything. It's like, oh yeah, you always get those. They were like a light cyan color with no cosmetics. Pretty simple. And I remember because their name was Happy Monkey. I specifically remember that because they were saying something about like a Happy Monkey Clan or like Monkey Clan, or it was some sort of group that they were talking about that they were going to make or part of. I completely forgot, but that's the only reason why I remember their name. I'm like rewatching the freaking J-Man Curly hunts down, I believe, Daisy 09. It was one of those ghosts. And the first sighting of Daisy 09 ever was with Happy Monkey scrunched up by Stump. I could have meant the creator of Daisy09, and that only hits me several months after it happened. Because here's what he did. He wasn't weird or anything. Completely normal, because they would just be wall running so nobody could catch them or anything. Just along that wall. You guys don't have to believe it, because it is actually crazy because that was before most people knew about the first sighting was Happy Monkey or whatever, because that was before J-Man Curly's video came out on Daisy09, and that's how I personally figured it out, and I think how a lot of other people did. So, I don't think it was a troll. So, and plus they were acting completely normal. Story number 4. Is more likely to be a troll of anything. But yeah, let's get into it. Basically, there was this typical almost minigames kid. They were a light cyan color. I know we all pretty much think of the same one when I say minigames kid color. A party hat and one other cosmetic, I believe. And then the sunglasses. And they were basically just wearing that. So they hear you could hear a loud freaking thump, and I was like, who was that? I was like, oh, that's me. Everything's probably fine. And they sounded pretty little. So, once again, could have been a voice changer, could have been a freaking soundboard or whatever. A normal affection game, because that's kind of what you do in Gorilla Tag. You play tag, which is infection. And then they just completely stopped, went silent, and you could almost hear crying noises, which is why I kind of feel like it might be a troll. But then again, this kid, and then all you could hear is a little kid just scream no, and you could hear, then you just heard muttering almost, and almost mumbles of crying, and it would have to be really loud so you can hear crying in the background, so which is why you might be a troll or whatever. And it was 3 minutes, dude, and everybody was is this real or whatever. Some people just left the lobby by then, but it was 3 minutes, and then the thing finally disconnected from the lobby or whatever. Anyways, guys, that would all my scary Gorilla Tag stories for today that actually happened to me. Obviously, the first and last one could have been soundboard. I'm a bit more believable about the first one though. But yeah. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed that video, please make sure to let me know, because I want to do something like this again, maybe different stories, and I will want to hear your stories in the comments, because I literally get 0 comments. So if you do leave a comment, then I will most likely read it. And also, guys, since you somehow survived through the entire video, obviously because my long forms get fewer views and stuff, here's a hint for my biggest project ever, which is still being delayed. First of all, the reason it's being delayed, part of it, it's not the full thing, is it needs people. So, that's your second hint.